Okay, guys, 2-minute drill time. Sam Monson here, joined by Bruce Gradkowski and Pittsburgh Steelers legend Ike Taylor this time. So let's get straight in with some home team topic. AFC North. Who do you think are the favorites for the AFC North? Ike, can you even keep impartial?
They're gonna call me a homer, but you already know what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say since Big Ben is back, I'm gonna give Big Ben the favorite for the AFC, and the reason why is because I feel like Big Ben is back to where he once was when he was a rookie, and that's having a good defense, having some tight ends, having a running game, and having some receivers. So I think Big Ben, coming off his injury, he really has some time to reflect on what he needed to do and what he saw from a different aspect. But just looking at what they have built, Pittsburgh now, they understanding how old 7 is getting. Is he the Ben of old? No. Can he still win playoff games and take it to a championship? Yes, I still think so. Okay, what pieces do I need to get around him? And I think they got the right pieces.
That's a great point, Ike. I mean, you mentioned 7 being back, and Ike, you're one of the hardest working teammates I've been around. Sam, during practice, during special teams, Ike would have me over on a separate field throwing them footballs, working on different type of angles to catch the football, to work on intercepting the football. And Ike, you've been a part of those big defenses, Super Bowl winning championship team defenses. And you're right, the Steelers have that now. And I believe with Big Ben back, they should be the favorite in the AFC North. But I think right now with the Ravens and how they've been playing Lamar Jackson and Harbaugh, another great head coach in that division with Tomlin, it's awesome to watch those teams dole it out. So I think it's between the Ravens and the Steelers. I don't want to count out Mayfield because I think Cleveland is getting better, and also with Stefanski and the details he'll add, Cleveland could compete, and then you got Joe Burrow in the future. But I think the Ravens and Steelers right now is between them two.
Yeah, I think the Baltimore Ravens should be the favorites. They have MVP Lamar Jackson, a unique playmaker that I don't think anybody is going to figure out how to stop in 2020. They were arguably the best team in the NFL last season as well until things unspooled for them in the playoffs. But I think you guys make great points. The Steelers really are right there with them. It's not a big gap between the Ravens and Pittsburgh. The Steelers last season had the #1 graded defense in terms of PFF grades, and there's been 0 turnover. All they lost was Javon Hargrave, and he's being replaced by Stephon Tuitt coming back from injury. So in this world where everybody is dealing with this shortened preseason, no preseason, shortened training camp, the Steelers have an advantage because there's been no turnover for that roster. They've got so many pieces in place from a year ago. So I think they're going to be right there with the Baltimore Ravens, even if you still have to give the Ravens a little bit of an edge. Let's go to our second question, though. Because of all these, this shortened training camp, this lack of preseason, how much of a challenge, Ike, do you think it's going to be for these day 3 guys, these undrafted free agents, to even get noticed and make a roster?
It's rough. Like you said, these preseason games are canceled, so it's like, that's how you really get looked at. That's how the veteran guys really can tell if you're one of us, and that's through the preseason. It'll be tough, man. It'll be tough. I think I was talking about this on my podcast. Like, if I was going through COVID right now and I was a senior, I wouldn't have been in the NFL because I only played 1 year at corner at my college at Lafayette. So I wouldn't even got drafted. You know what I'm saying? So it's just the more you can do with less reps. They got to take the Tom Brady approach. Tom Brady talks about this all the time. Belichick told him, don't mess this one up. He said, you only get 1 shot. Don't mess it up. So that's how these guys got to come into training camp. I only got 1 shot. I'm not going to mess it up. So, but me as a coach, I probably would dip some of the unrestricted third-day guys in with the starters just to see if they can get along. You're not going to have as much reps. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would do.
Swag Master Ike T, man. No, there's not a lot of guys that have the mindset like you, and you said it well. I mean, Derek Brooks told me, Sam, when I was in my second year, I wasn't getting many reps in OTAs. And he said, look, don't focus on the reps you're not getting, focus on the ones you are. Because if you get those 1 or 2 reps, they could turn into 3 and 4 if you take advantage of those 2 reps. And I know, Ike, you've been there before, 4th rounder. You had to pave your way and make your own way to earn that spot. And I think right now, without OTAs, without a rookie mini camp, without a veteran mini camp, it's been hard. It's going to be hard because they're not going to get the time they need and deserve to try to make an impact. So when you do get that rep, you have to make an impact. And a lot of times, guys are going to think they have to make the biggest play. Coaches want to see if you're reliable. So just do your job. Line up the right way, line up where you're supposed to be, and do your job, do your assignment, and then you'll get more rest. But it's just short time, short training camp. It's going to be very difficult for undrafted guys, especially to make a roster.
Yeah, and as you guys have been saying, I think it's going to be tough for these guys to make a roster because of the shortened camp and the limited opportunities. But on the other hand, in this COVID world, these guys might get plenty of opportunities as the season goes on, more than any other year, so they might not make it. They might not make the roster the last day of cuts. They might not make it for week 1, but week 10, we could see a ton of these guys get called up onto an active roster just because of what the league is going to be dealing with. So I think these guys just have to stay working and stay on the radar because they're going to get calls. Let's go to our third topic. Still a training camp relevant one. Apparently, Jalen Hurts has been just blowing everybody away at the Philadelphia Eagles training camp for what that's worth. Is it worth the Eagles creating a Taysom Hill package to get Jalen Hurts on the field in year 1?
No, you do the same. You're using the same way. You're using the same way you use Carson Wentz. Like his legs might be a little better than Carson's, of course. I'm giving him the same playbook. I'm not doing no packages with Hurts. I didn't see Jalen play at Alabama. I didn't see Jalen play at Oklahoma. Jalen Hurts is a quarterback, so he's going to get the same packages that Carson Wentz. Maybe I might put a little Lamar Jackson in them packages if he was to be the starter. Hopefully Carson Wentz can stay healthy, but at the same time, man, I'm just sticking with Carson Wentz doing. Hey, Jalen, make sure you shadow this guy.
Absolutely, and that's a good point. I mean, that's what I think, but I also think it doesn't hurt to add a package or two, but I don't think it has to be forced. Jalen Hurts is just a rookie. I see him as a quarterback. The thing that impressed me, graded him last year, his PFF grade of uncatchable, inaccurate throws of passes 10 to 19 yards downfield in rhythm and in a clean pocket, only 5.9% of those. Right behind Burrow at 4.7%. So what that shows me is when the guy's open, Hurts is completing it. Now, he's going to learn. He's going to get better. And he impressed me through the combine, through his pro day. He showed his footwork, his rhythm, his timing. He learned it. He got better. I see this dude as a quarterback. He's a different build than a Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill is a special teams type player. Jalen Hurts, man, he's athletic and can make plays with his feet. But I don't think you just kind of put him in it to run, quarterback power. I think he's a guy that in the future, learning from Wentz, he's going to be a viable backup for them if Wentz gets injured. And he's going to learn the QB position because that's what he's going to play.
Yeah, I mean, the point I would make is, what is it doing? When you put in Taysom Hill, when Drew Brees is there, he's bringing something very different to the table that Drew Brees has, right? He's got way more athleticism. He's probably got a better arm than Brees at this point as well, particularly late in the season. Remember, it was Taysom Hill was the guy completing the deep bombs against the Vikings in the playoffs, not Drew Brees. So when you bring Taysom Hill in for those packages, it's something very different that a defense needs to worry about. But what does Jalen Hurts bring that Carson Wentz doesn't have? Like I said, Carson Wentz is a great athlete. He's a big, strong guy himself. He's got the arm. So I don't see something different that he's bringing to the table in the way that Taysom Hill is. So I'm with you guys. I say just let him learn. He's a potential succession plan. He's a potential asset for down the line to trade him away or to just have, one of the best backup quarterbacks in the league. But I don't think he's, adding this new dimension to the offense by getting him on the field. You've already got a superstar talent at quarterback.
Thanks for watching the PFF YouTube channel. And if you want to subscribe, all you have to do is push the button. Don't forget everything you get. A little fantasy, push the button. A little green line for the gambling aspects of the game, push the button. College football, push the button. The YouTube channel from PFF.